Welcome to Bike Focus Reviews, the place where riders come for real-world insights and deep dives into the machines that stir the soul. And today, we're unpacking the much-anticipated 2025 Honda Africa Twin 650. Yes, you heard that right, Honda has finally dropped a mid-size version of its iconic adventure tourer. If you've been waiting for the legendary Africa Twin experience in a smaller, lighter package, this might be the most exciting bike release of the year. It's lighter, leaner, and laser-focused on real-world adventure. The moment you fire up the parallel twin engine, you're greeted by a surprisingly deep and throaty growl, a reminder that this isn't just a tamed-down Africa Twin, it's a purpose-built adventure companion. Honda has slotted a brand-new 650 cubic centimeters power plant into this bike, producing a lively 70 horsepower with torque delivery that kicks in hard around the mid-range. For anyone who thought 650 cubic centimeters meant underpowered, think again. This bike snaps forward with eagerness whether you're weaving through city traffic or gunning it on open-fire roads. It's got just the right amount of punch to thrill without overwhelming. What makes the Africa Twin 650 stand out is its razor-sharp focus on balance. Honda hasn't just shrunk the full-fat 1100, they've re-engineered it from the frame up to feel nimble, agile, and easy to control in tight terrain. The chassis is brand new, lighter yet stiffer, and the seat height, now slightly more accessible at 32.5 inches, invites shorter riders without alienating seasoned adventurers. This bike handles with grace in off-road conditions and confidence on pavement, thanks to its 21-inch front wheel and long travel shower suspension that soaks up hits like a pro-level enduro machine. And here's where it gets really interesting. The Africa Twin 650 is aimed directly at the midweight ADV kings like the Yamaha Tenor 700 and KTM 790 Adventure. Honda has gone full throttle to compete. With a curb weight just under 430 pounds, it's significantly lighter than its big brother and within striking distance of its key rivals. You feel this immediately when navigating technical trails or lifting the bike after a spill. It's not featherweight, but it's manageable, and that opens doors for a lot more riders who were intimidated by the size and bulk of the 1100. The electronics suite on the 650 is smart, subtle, and refreshingly intuitive. At a time when some bikes feel like they're trying to be iPads on wheels, the Africa Twin 650 gives you just what you need: switchable ABS, traction control, multiple ride modes, and a crisp TFT screen that's easy to read in bright sun or heavy rain. The off-road mode dials back the intervention without shutting it off completely, giving you room to slide and steer without ending up in a ditch. And for riders new to adventure touring, that subtle safety net makes all the difference when pushing limits. Let's talk ergonomics, because Honda has absolutely nailed the rider triangle on this one. Stand up on the pegs and the bars fall naturally into place. Sit down and there's just enough forward lean to encourage an aggressive stance without wrecking your wrists. The seat, while firm, is built for all-day comfort, and the narrow midsection makes it easier to get your feet down. In real-world testing, the bike feels just as comfortable doing 500 miles of highway as it does hopping curbs and diving into gravel roads. This is a machine built for movement, not just display. Fuel range, always a make-or-break stat in the ADV world, is another win for the 650. With a 4.5-gallon tank and fuel efficiency hovering around 55 miles per gallon, you're looking at roughly 240 miles between stops. That's not expedition-level range, but it's more than enough for weekend warriors and international travelers alike. Plus, with lighter weight comes better mileage, making this a genuinely economical way to explore far-off places without hauling around an oil tanker's worth of fuel. The styling stays true to the Africa Twin bloodline, with a rugged, Dakar-inspired aesthetic that's equal parts aggressive and elegant. Sharp bodywork, integrated crash protection, and a redesigned fairing that cuts wind beautifully at highway speeds all point to Honda's attention to detail. The LED lighting is powerful and clean, and the compact windshield does a solid job deflecting turbulence without sacrificing visibility. In short, this is not a diet version of the Africa Twin, it's a reinterpretation, one that carries the legacy forward with confidence. Honda also made a clever move by offering both manual and DCT versions of the 650. For the uninitiated, DCT stands for dual clutch transmission, a fully automatic gearbox that's been polarizing in the ADV community. But on this platform, it works shockingly well. Whether you're slogging through city traffic or navigating a rocky ascent, the seamless shifts and clutchless control free up your focus for the ride itself. And for those who still crave the raw engagement of shifting gears, the 6-speed manual retains that analog magic we all love. Here's the wild card: price. Honda has priced the Africa Twin 650 aggressively, just under $10,000 for the base model and around $11,000 for the DCT variant. That undercuts most of the competition while delivering a fully featured, incredibly capable adventure bike. For newer riders, it makes this an accessible entry point into the ADV segment. For veterans, it represents a lighter alternative without compromise. Either way, you're getting serious value, and that's going to shake up the mid-size market in a big way. Real-world performance is where the Africa Twin 650 truly earns its stripes. On-road, it's smooth, stable, and surprisingly fun in corners. Off-road, it's nimble enough to tackle tight switchbacks and technical climbs without hesitation. But no bike is perfect, and the Africa Twin 650 isn't immune to critique. Hardcore adventurers might wish for a bit more suspension adjustability, or a slightly beefier rear brake for loaded descents. Some will argue it lacks the raw edge of its European rivals. And others might miss the full-size luggage options that the 1100 platform offers. Still, these are nitpicks, not deal-breakers. What Honda has delivered is a balanced, adventure-ready platform that opens up the Africa Twin legacy to a broader audience. In conclusion, the 2025 Honda Africa Twin 650 isn't just another middleweight ADV bike, it's a landmark moment in Honda's adventure lineup. It captures the spirit of the original Africa Twin while delivering a more accessible, rider-friendly package that's both capable and affordable. Whether you're riding to work, escaping for the weekend, or mapping your first cross-continental trip, this bike stands ready. It's not just an entry point, it's a destination in itself. And here are Bike Focus reviews. We think it might just be the smartest ADV release of the year.